Hello and welcome. It is Sunday, it is afternoon, and Catticus is winding up a storm. With me today, I have Sako Tumi. Say hello to the nice people.
Hello to the nice people.
And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. This is my weekly lazy Sunday afternoon, quote unquote, productivity stream where sometimes we're productive and sometimes we're not, but we always have snacks. Next to me, I have some Chips Ahoy and some trail mix, and I was just mainlining ruffled chips with hell of a good dip like it was my job. Um,
Oh,
so that's why I was running a little late because I was putting chips in my face.
I just finished some nachos, so
Nice.
I will be leaving early to go and eat sushi
Ooh.
with the husband.
Never a bad choice. I know Doc is off today because he's just had a really busy week, and I know his birthday's coming up, and so
Yeah.
hopefully he gets lots of rest and gets to chill out. So yeah, it is Sunday, so I'm assuming you're going to be working on your Substack.
hmm
Awesome. I owe people from Imaginarium a book recommendation list, so I will be getting that up online and reading a lovely Regency romance.
Lovely.
Oh, I was correct. Doc is in fact tired, and his birthday was in fact Friday. I remember things.
Ah,
I remember things. So, in the comments, Dwan says hi and says, "Ooh, cookies and sushi, huh?" And Jenny said hi.
hello, Jenny.
So,
Hello, Dwan.
yeah.
Hello, Doc.
Um, we are going to have to go to Sprint really shortly because
There is a
Catticus
demanding
Catticus is very demanding right now, and I'm hoping some gushy food will get him get
case.
him to stop threatening me.
Yeah.
So, although I did have the chips, so my hands are salty. The other day I had a massage, and he thought the massage oil was the best tasting thing ever,
Oh,
or he was horrified it was on my skin and wanted to remove it. But I'm leaning towards the first.
yeah. I'm
Hi,
inclined to do the same.
you're so handsome. So I went to a Steam show yesterday. I've gone a
Nice.
couple times. Not steampunk, Steam show.
Steam show, which is different.
Very
Yes.
different. It's like a giant, antique yard sale thing with a lot of engines set up. Many are coal or propane or gas driven. I know more
hmm
about hidden miss engines than I ever knew I needed to.
Yeah.
So, so yeah. But they had some good food, and I got to see some stuff. And it's always kind of cool seeing 100-year-old engines running and pulling stuff. So
Yeah, it's super cool.
yeah, yeah. So Dwan is curious what type of cookies I have. I mean, Dwan should know. Dwan should know.
The,
Chunky Chips Ahoy, not the soft ones. Soft ones are for silly people like you. I like the crunchy ones. It's okay. It's okay. There can be different types of cookies for different people.
indeed.
Different people don't have to like the same thing. They can, but more cookies for me. Not sad. Not sad. So,
Le gasp.
so
Silly
before
people.
Catticus loses his ever loving mind, I'm going to go ahead to the sprint, and then we can, yeah,
Yeah,
he can get
it
his
makes
gushy food
makes sense.
and shove that in his face hole as fast as he can. Um, I have a special technique I do when I give him the gushy food because it's in a little plastic little thing. I have two different food dishes for him, so I put it in the empty one, and that way, when he's scrambling for every last crumb at the back of it, it doesn't slide away from him.
Ah,
So that's my technique there. So let's go ahead and get started and make Catticus's week in a 3,
three,
2,
two,
1.
one.
Boom chakalaka.
Kalaka, laka, laka.
And we're back. How was your sprint?
My sprint was good.
Good.
I'm trying to figure out just how long of a newsletter this is going to be.
Sure. Cool. I read some chapters and it was a good story, and we're gonna find out who the I'm reading a sci-fi Regency.
Nice.
So we're gonna find out who stole the embryo and murdered his husband before and is trying to get him framed for the whole thing. So
Cool.
and the guy sent to investigate is his ex-fiance, who left him almost at the altar to go off to join the military. Is a whole thing. So anyway, let me pop into the comments. I saw that Diggs, by the way, swung by over on Twitch. Hello and welcome. Let's see. And Jenny asked a hard question. She's trying to figure out if she starts posting on YouTube, what should she talk about?
Her writing journey, of course.
And trying to figure out if she's interesting enough to keep an audience. I think it depends what audience she's trying to get. Are you trying to find readers? Are you trying to connect? Are you trying to connect with other authors? Like what are you trying to do with your channel? Mine is obviously writing centric, so I'm getting a lot of writers, but from what I've heard, that doesn't necessarily translate over to sales because writers like to write and don't always have time to read. So, okay. Jenny is looking for readers and authors. So, I mean, the Venns definitely overlap.
Yes.
But yeah, my to read bookcase over there will tell you that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, aspirational book pile, TBR.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to see my TBR.
I used to be on top of it, and then I wasn't. So, oh no! And then I visited my mother and found out that she hadn't been passing on books to me, because my mom and my aunt have a book exchange, and when they finish stuff, they pass it on. And mom had been shelving stuff for like 6 years instead of passing it on, right? So I was like, why is the only stuff coming through like the light, fluffy urban fantasy and romances my aunt reads? Maybe mom's just playing way too much World of Warcraft. Who knows? No, she's just been shelving it. So then I got
How
really far
rude.
behind. I know. It's
How
horrible.
rude.
So Jenny's TBR is over 300 books right now and gave up tracking how many she needs to read.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at this point, my TBR is like half friends that I know, especially the physical one, because I like to get people signatures and like be like, look, I have your book. But like, then I was telling Sako this at Imaginarium. I see the books and I'm like, oh, what if I hate the book that my friend wrote? What if it makes me see them in a different light? And also, I've had that friend's book even longer. So really, I ought to start with that one. Guilt, feeling totally overwhelmed. I'm going to go read some gay romances, is effectively how my reading works these days. So,
yeah.
It is what it is. Hi. Do you know who's the most handsome kitty? Most handsome. He was very happy for his gushy food.
Her.
So, I will concede there may be cats as handsome as he is, but not more handsome. So, let me pop into the comments. Ginny is excited for Imaginarium next year. Is Ginny going to be there next year?
Pterodactyl.
So excited.
Yeah. Katerina and Jenny are going to get a room together.
That's awesome. I'm so excited. It really is targeted at like indie and small press authors, and it's almost more networking than readers. Connecting.
But they're trying to fix that.
Yeah, I totally get that. but for what it is, it's excellent at what it does, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
It is a good networking
Yeah.
about
And
opportunity. There we
right.
go.
And sharing what works and what doesn't work, and, you know, the scuttlebutt, I don't think I've ever used that word aloud, the scuttlebutt behind, you know, which small press, are stable and have good turnaround time and use quality editors and, cover artists and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
Hi, do you wanna eat me? Of course you do. You're so vicious. So
Such vicious.
Boop. So, uh, do you think it's time for another sprint?
I think it is.
Okay. I might have to wander off to go play with someone who's a little wound up.
Okay.
Could happen. Where's my dinosaur, Muppet? Oh, I see it. Oh. It might be time for the epic battle of dinosaur versus kitty, a battle as old as history itself that rages on from time immortal. Immemorial? Unclear. Yeah. More, 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 more. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started, and then I will see if I can settle someone down a little. They're a little wound up. No one is shocked who has ever met my kitty. So, step 1, reset the timer. Step 2, 3, 2, 1, boom. Let's do this. And we're back. Catticus spent the entire time having wandered off and just now decided that he needed my attention again. So I apologize for any meows you might hear in the meantime. So
In the meantime,
how was your sprint?
my sprint was good. I was talking to some very attractive men,
Ooh, very
so
nice.
I'm doing quite well.
Yay. So I spent my sprint reading, and we learned that the hostile housekeeper was actually giving him the antitoxin, and his late murdered husband had been the one who poisoned him in the first place, just like he poisoned his first two spouses. And now they're trying to get the 6 people who had been at the dinner party back to the house so they could figure out who the murderer is. And they convinced the military ex-fiance to dress up like a fictional detective.
Excellent.
It's wow. They just like found it and leaned in hard, and it's glorious. It's so glorious.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So how is everybody else's sprints?
Yep. How is everybody else's sprints?
So Sarah swung by. Hello and welcome. I think that Boogans is trying to sell me viewers, and that's not how I roll. So thank you for the offer, but no thanks. So, such a whiny kitty. Oh my goodness, I can't even. Are you doing any writing stuff this week?
I am not actually.
Okay.
Normally I do all my writing. I normally do all my writing on Tuesday.
Sure.
But I did not do that this week.
Okay.
I was in Imaginarium recovery.
I get that. So, I know. So I love Imaginarium, but there's one thing that Imaginarium does that I absolutely hate. They put all of the panels in the book listed by room and then broken down by time instead of like all by time. So you have to look at each room to see and then look to the time.
Yeah.
It's very hard to use. Hi baby. It's useful for like putting in front of the panel room, but it's not useful for finding what you're doing. So yeah. Oh my gosh, you need attention. You need attention now? Oh my goodness. Nobody would have expected Catticus was demanding. Oh wait, everyone. Everyone would have expected it. Brr. So fierce. Oh my gosh. Do you see that fierceness? The dinosaur.
Ferocity.
So fierce. Oh, there we go. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. So last week was pretty quiet for me. I was recovering and half dead as well. So hopefully this week will be more fun.
4 days I was basically shut down.
Yeah.
And then I had like 1 day where I was like mostly up, but something happened and I plummeted again.
Nope. You don't bite me and then expect playtime. That's not how this works, baby. Sorry. Carry on.
Muhahaha. Hi, superstar.
Sean Arnold.
Sean Arnold. They all blurred together there for a second.
Sean R. Arnold, I assume. Hello and welcome. We're doing productivity sprints where either we read, we write, or, we eat snacks. And you are welcome to join in or not as you feel like. It's Sunday afternoon. We know a lot of people aren't feeling very productive right now. So.
Hello.
So that's what we're doing. Do you craft or write? Let us know. I mean, I think everyone eats snacks except maybe wrong people or people who are trying to really hard to do fitnessy things.
Yeah.
Ooh, Sean is a writer. Awesome. Do you do contemporary fantasy. I don't even know. Sarah's working on her YouTube video.
Arg.
It does not sound like it's cooperating. Otherwise, ARG would not be in all caps with 4 or 5 exclamation marks. 4. So, oh, that's a lot of exclamation marks. I was told that one should never use more than 3. So, Sarah made a new outro earlier and is just very tired of editing. The amount of editing that goes into any content creator or writer's life is excessive. So excessive. Unless, you want to, assuming that you have certain standards for what you release and that you don't draft as cleanly as you might hope to.
Yeah.
There are people who draft cleanly. I wish I were them. So
I'm trying to get there.
Yeah. Sean right now is writing a novella about an orc becoming a pro wrestler. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. That sounds amazing. 2-3 years ago, I beta read, it was a fantasy novel about an orc or half orc, and it was the manners. It was like a Regency manners thing of, because she was a lady, but she was treated like an orc, and so like there were discussions to be had and gossip to be put down, and it was one of those, and it was hilarious.
Adorable.
And I really hope they get it published. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Although they did start off with like a 10-page explanation about how the genre worked and how they were going to be using the genre, where I'm usually a fan of letting things speak for themselves. The side commentary definitely had, a Terry Pratchett vibe, and I totally understood what they were going for, though. So I just wasn't sure if it worked for me or if they wanted to put it in something that was skippable as like, additional material that you can skip kind of thing. So yeah. So Sean says they hope it turns out well and loves it as well. Yes, right? So I can't tell you where to buy it because I beta read it and I don't know if it's published. I should check that out because it was very readable. Very readable. As someone who's beta read all levels of material. So and as I told people at my beta reading workshop last weekend, exchange one chapter before committing to a full book to make sure that it won't drive you crazy and that you're a good fit for the genre and that, the feedback you're giving is what the author is looking for. And vice versa. Also, on the flip side, you want to make sure it's someone who gives you feedback in a
constructive
in a timely fashion and in a useful fashion, actionable feedback. Give me 2 seconds. I had a choker on and I took it off and it was caught on the cord and Catticus was trying to eat it because he's made of Catticus.
He's made of Catticus.
I mean, there's a reason. There is a reason his full name is, Lord Inspector Catticus, first of his name, fiercest of the kittykins, Sir Bites-a-lot himself, devourer of flesh. Oh, I'm sorry, render of flesh. He's far more likely to scratch and rend than bite. So he's very fierce. But he does adore me. Yes, he does. So. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I hope to get back to my writing soon. I have some ideas about where to go from here, and then I can share it out. I shared my new opening in my beta reader workshop because people were sharing their opening snippets, and then we ran out of people, and I was like, well, I'll read mine. And I stopped about 3 paragraphs into what was the old opening because I added stuff on page that previously had been off page and then reacted to.
Yeah.
The rejection letter is on screen, and it's the pacing seemed to work for my audience, so I was very pleased about that. And I knew that my opening, like when I first wrote my space fantasy, I was going for a very lyrical feel and may have been a little excessive in the purple prose, especially in the opening.
Right.
But at the end of the new bit, I said that the main character was feeling melodramatic and, just fraught and upset. And so, like, a little bit of extra purple prose right when they're feeling, like the world is, all hope is lost, is a little appropriate. They're like, I'm going to wallow in it, at least until I get back to work.
Yeah.
At least in my own head for 10 minutes. So I think, if you call yourself out in your own writing, you can get away with more. Like I definitely have parts of my book where it's like, I have the nautiloid ships pulled through space by spaceman arrays, right? And they
Right.
flap their flippers, and we don't understand why it works, but it propels it forward. It shouldn't, but scientists have a thing, and I don't understand it. It just works.
Yeah.
So I don't have to explain the science because I don't understand how everything in the real world works.
Yeah.
I just have to know how to do it, not why it does it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say do it all the time. Be like, hey, see my pretty plot hole? But
Yeah.
you can get away with it once or twice per book, I think. So, right up there with my advice of, if you want to info dump, turn it into a rant.
Yeah.
Because while people don't detail out how their everyday goes, they detail out why the printer's not working again and how they always do the thing and then this stuff and then it's supposed to work and it doesn't.
Yeah.
When people get wound up, they go into all the details.
All the details.
So just have a cranky pants on your cast list and go for it. Assuming you can make it, not excessive and in character, and
Yeah.
a little bit of humor helps, I think. So I think we have time for another friend. What do you think?
I think there is time for I am now available until 6:30.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I knew you have sushi needs.
I have sushi needs
I mean, I
at
understand sushi
6:30.
needs. Okay. Okay.
As yeah. So
Well,
we can go for like yeah, another 45 minutes or so.
thank the Sako husband for, pushing it back. Or did he get sucked into something?
He pushed it back because his stomach is bothering him.
Oh no. I hope he feels better soon.
Yeah, me too.
That's sad. So, well, let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom, chaka laka laka. Wait, I clicked it. Oh no, I clicked set timer. Let's try again. 3, 2, 1. Hit the right button. There we go. Okay. I'm very skilled at this, you see. I've only been doing it for 5 years. And we're back. So, how was your break? Oh,
My
wait, no, the opposite of break, the productivity thing.
that sprint thing, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Was I tinkered a little bit with the Substack, and I tinkered a little bit with some songs, and I tinkered a little bit with talking to people while they are awake.
Why are they awake? They could be napping or sleeping.
They could, but they
So,
don't. So,
I spent the majority of that sprint getting together my book recommendation list.
yay!
So, I finally have that out. Yay!
Yay!
So, and I realized I'd conflated two different authors. So,
Oh,
and I definitely need to sync my Kindle because it thinks I missed a day. But that was just because I loaded it onto my Kindle ahead of time and I turned off the airplane mode while we were at the hotel because I wasn't going to add another Wi-Fi whatever to my Kindle because that just
yeah.
like a hassle.
Uh-huh.
So someone's like 440, you must have a spreadsheet to keep track. And when they wrote 440, I was like, what? Is that an internet error? Oh wait, no, that's how many books I read by last week. So
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be 450 by the end of the day. Because I have clearly slowed down. I mean, this week's mostly novellas.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
150 pages or so. So,
Yeah.
you know.
I got you.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I promised it and it's now out and I feel better about that.
Yay.
So, although I know several of the series have like a couple of the authors have like some demi characters and a couple have like a triad, but it's not like what the series is about. So I might want to call out those specific ones. So I'd have to
Yeah.
be like, wait, which one was it again? Let me double check. I think that person was mostly demi. And anyway, so
Yeah.
so yeah.
So, yeah.
Joanne says this would be your intervention unless one of those books is mine, and then it's okay. Like this one. I mean, who doesn't have Joanne's book in hand? Wrong people. That's who.
Wrong people. Yeah. That's who.
So, just like that one. Exactly. We know what we're doing. We're professionals here. We have 15 minutes left. Should we end a little early so you can get to your dinner on time?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can give this one a little lap time and maybe he'll chill the bleep out.
Yeah, maybe so.
So, okay. Well, who are you? Where can they find you? And peace out.
Howdy, neighbors. I am Sako Tumi, also known as Cass Voit. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those three things. In fact, one of the ways that I combine those three things is with my marketing for authors classes that are coming out in September. So
Ooh, so soon.
keep an eye out. Yeah, keep an eye out.
Awesome. And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I am a blogger, vlogger, and podcaster of writing tips and writerly musings, currently on hiatus so I can feed my binge reading addiction. And yeah, I do this every Sunday that I can. And I don't know anything else. So hopefully I'll be back in the query trenches soon. So have a great rest of your day and eat snacks. Catch you later. Bye-bye.